Hello, everyone.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome to our mathematical model. I'm Miss Taylor, Miss Murata, and this is.
I am Chloe, Mrs. Ross.
We chose to do the base 10 blocks, which you may have seen in the current classrooms. They are a big manipulative that students are using to be able to understand place value. So let's dive in. So what are they? What are the base 10 blocks? Base 10 blocks provide hands-on ways to learn place value, number concepts, operations, measurements, and much more. They help students physically represent what they're learning so they can develop a deeper understanding of the meaning of each concept. This strategy is commonly used in kindergarten through 6th grade, and I will show you soon why, because they just go above and beyond. So these are what kind of math base 10 blocks used to teach. They teach place value, counting, number sense, adding, subtracting, multiplication and division, and decimals. So as we can see in this first visual, this is definitely shows the place value. Also, as you could see on our chart down here, the hundreds, we have our tens, and our ones. So just as you can see in the visual, we have our hundreds, tens, and ones. And depending on the grade level, obviously the younger ones aren't going up to 10,000s and above and beyond, or even decimals. They are not working on that yet. So slowly progressing, the base 10 is able to build upon prior knowledge and work to help students visualize all these numbers. Additionally, counting, adding, and subtracting, students are able to look at two tens and understand two tens put together is 20. Additionally, they can also multiply by putting three tens together. 3 times 10 is 30. So they are able to use these as a visual, which many students, I wish we had when we were younger. How to use base 10 blocks to help students access math content. Base 10 blocks help students access math content by providing a spatial model for base 10 number system. Now, base 10 is used throughout every day. We see numbers every day, especially from 1 to 10, or 0 to 10, I should say. These can build upon each other. So we have ones add up to 10, and then the tens add up to hundreds, and the hundreds add up to thousands. These patterns are used throughout everyday life, and it's a key concept that students need to understand. So by identifying these base 10 blocks and then visually seeing it and using these manipulatives to physically move them, they're able to better comprehend their value and implement it through daily life. Additionally, by building number combination with base 10 blocks, students ease into the concept of regrouping or trading and can see the logical development in each operation. As I said, they build upon whatever they've learned in the past. So the younger grades are introduced to the base 10, and it slowly starts building up to where get into adding and subtracting, multiplication, division, decimals, but they always build off their prior knowledge of where are these numbers in an equation. The blocks provide a visual foundation and understanding of the algorithm students use when doing paper and pencil. Older students can transfer their understanding of whole numbers and whole number operations to an understanding of decimals and decimal operations.
All right, so this is the concrete phase. So I'm going to show you a visual representation of the base 10 blocks first and the place value. So on the first link, we're going to click that, and you're going to see the grid. So here's your place value. You have thousands, hundreds, tens, and ones. And then you can see you have the base 10 blocks on the side, so you can play around with them. So you would start with thousands, then you go to hundreds, and tens, and ones. So you can see how big those are and what they represent. And if you have them in front of you, you can play around with them as well. And this is a great visual to help you understand. So thousands would be 10 of the 100 blocks. And then you have one block would be 100. And then this one rod would be 10. And then you have the little square, which would be your ones place. So this grid will help you to remember the place value, and moving around the base 10 blocks will help you to understand what you have. The second one is actually a really fun game, and it incorporates the numbers, which you're going to do later. So this will help you to understand the numbers along with the base 10 blocks. So you have, same thing, move your ones, your tens, your 100 block, then you have your thousands. And depending on how many blocks you put on, it'll show you down below. So that's 1,211. You can add another 10. And so it counts it up down below for you. So you can play around with that and test yourself to make sure that you're understanding what each base 10 represents. We're getting up to a big number now. And you're going to see how those are going to add up to 300. There you go, 1,301. So that's a really good manipulative to play with and test yourself. And then we're going to go to the SemiConcrete phase. So you're going to get out a piece of paper and you're going to make your grid. You can also use the link that we have, and you can print out your own grid if you don't want to draw one. But having your grid in front of you will help you to also, as you do the problems, put your base 10 blocks in each place value, and then you can see the correlation between the numbers and the base 10 blocks. So it will be a great visual. Here's the grid you can print out if you click on the first link, and there is a free little thing there that you can print out. That's perfect for you to keep for yourself. And you can reference it in the future and it'll help you. So now you're going to try these numbers on your own, and you're going to use your grid. And if you do have base 10 blocks in front of you, and you're going to start with the first one. So 1,351. So the thousands place, how many is that going to be? So if you have, I don't have the 1,000 block. I think Taylor might have 10 of them, or almost. But so 10 of these would equal 1,000. So you can see that visual there. Very good. And then 3 of these would equal 300. And then 5 of these rods, 4, 5, very good, would be 50. And then 1 little square would be your ones place. And so you're going to go through each of those, and you're going to do it on your grid. And if you don't have base 10 blocks in front of you, you can use our link to play the game again and kind of go over it that way. So you have those for you to reference and go back and review it.
So now that we've practiced a little bit, we are going to fully engage in our base 10 blocks, especially based on place value. So our digital math assignment, right here, we have attached a link. And on this link, you will see slides that will tell you that you get to choose an animal or an object, and you will get to use the base 10 blocks to create that animal or object. So if I click here, you guys can see the base 10 block creations. So drag the base 10 blocks over to the math mat, which is right here, to build your creation. So this one says create a train using 12 or more blocks. So this is just a challenge. Let's see how many, hundreds I can use. Let's see how many tens I can use. Maybe adjust it to make a little, like a little choo-choo train. There you go. Maybe I put a window for the conductor in there, but maybe I need a little bit more than just one. So I need to make sure I'm keeping track of those numbers too, because down below, so every single one down below, you will have to write your total. So how many hundreds did you use? How many tens? How many ones? And then right here, you're going to write your total amount. So you're going to put, if I use 200 and 100, 212. So I'd write 212. 10, and 2 to individualize the hundreds, tens, and ones. Then after we're done, and well, here's the other one. So if you could just quickly delete these, or you could just put them back here, use them again. So if someone else already did the train and you're like, oh, I really want to do the train, you can just right click it and duplicate slide, and then you are able to do the same thing as them, just because all of you guys are going to be doing it. We also have a bicycle that you can create. There's an elephant, or you can even design your own. However, the challenge is 25 base 10 blocks. So you got to make sure that you recognize that, and always recognize it should equal or be higher than that number it gives you. So it's just a little bit of a challenge. Obviously, we wouldn't use this in a first grade classroom. That might be a little bit too challenging for them. However, this could be used for any grade, as at the top it says fourth grade. So we're just kind of trying to get every age level, especially with these base 10 blocks. And then after we are done with making our creation, writing down our numbers, evaluating our numbers, we are going to go back to the slide and you will reflect. So right here, this link will take you to a Padlet where you will reflect on base 10 blocks, maybe your experiences with them, or how you think these would have helped you as a kid, how you thought our activity was able to help students understand the visual representation of place value. Maybe you can add additional exercises or practices that they can use with the base 10 blocks. Additionally, which I forgot to mention, if you keep scrolling, it'll say the next slides demonstrate base 10 blocks for addition and subtraction. So now this is an additional resource, or even an extension lesson to maybe a math addition and subtraction lesson. You can even make these multiplication, and they are able to visually show their work there. So please let us know your comments and your reflection. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to see your guys' results. I can't wait to see your trains, your elephants, your whatever you guys think of. I think it is so fun and creative. So yes, please let us know. Also let us know if you have any questions about these, of when's a good time to use them, you know, what if students don't like them, all that good stuff.
Yes, be honest with us, but positive feedback.
Well, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.
Thanks, guys.